Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Ash, and here I am with my friend, RELYtv. But Rely for short, if you want. You don't have to call her RELYtv.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so this is Rely. She also runs a YouTube channel about, much more successful than mine, about cool anime videos, and runs a series called Before You Watch, where, like the name implies, before you watch an anime, this is a good video to watch, just to get a basic idea of what it's about.
Okay, so first of all, Ash is good too. She makes very valid videos about like video game analysis and anime, and she does like Seraph manga recap videos and stuff like that. Me and Ash have known each other for a while, but we've never actually done a YouTube collab yet. So we thought we both love talking about anime, so maybe we should try it.
Speaking of anime, what are we talking about today, fellas?
Nobody knows Seraph, or in English, Seraph of the End.
Hell yeah. I got another person to watch Seraph of the End, lads. I don't know how I keep doing it, but I'm just a corruptive influence on everyone. So basically today we're gonna basically just talk about Seraph a lot. Rely's gonna give her thoughts about it and what she thought about the series and everything, and I'm just gonna grill her on everything because I've watched it so many times and I'm up to date with the manga and I'm a certified Mika simp, so here I am. Just grilling my friend about Seraph.
Dude, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, so let's start with initial impressions. Like, when you first went into it, what were you expecting from Seraph?
Oh, okay,
It's okay, you can drag me here if you want, it's fine.
Okay, content warning here, just in case. I did not expect the main character's family of orphan children getting murdered right off the bat in the first episode by a vampire. That scene was very abrupt and jump scary, and I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, maybe I should have warned about that.
I don't know what I expected from the series, honestly. I guess maybe something a little more lighthearted, considering all the cute Mika-yu fan art I've seen over the years, but I guess I really should have put 1 and 2 together when reading the plot summary. I liked a lot of the characters and everything, but the tone was pretty heavy, and personally I'm really bad about intense anime. I need comedy or cute scenes to alleviate tension, or else I tend to not have a fun time, honestly. That's why I love Baccano so much, because it's like a dark comedy. Sometimes when I watch stressful, sad, angsty stuff, it makes me physically anxious, so I gotta be really careful what I watch generally. Like, when I watched Perfect Blue, I had like nightmares for a week afterwards. I'm bad about this stuff. Despite my personal problems, though, the anime was pretty good all around, I think. Easy recommendation for someone who doesn't mind a bit of angst and is a sensitive baby girl like me. Also, okay, switching topic, but you was kind of a lot in the first 6 episodes.
He is definitely fucking annoying in the beginning.
Since I didn't really care about you at the start, the first scene in the anime that made me laugh was when Guren kicks him over the head, like, "Get wrecked, son."
I love the way you framed it.
But, there's a lot to like about the series for sure. You got a lot better later on, and of course, there's that scene near the end where Mika and you finally reunite, and it's just, mwah. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, please,
I call it the grocery store scene.
I actually got that scene spoiled for me with screenshots when the anime was airing in 2016, and I was waiting for it the whole time. Like, where is it? Where is the scene? It's like right at the end.
Yeah, the third last episode. Yeah, season 2 really ramps it up. Like, season 1 is like really, it's really slow paced and like kind of chill compared to season 2. Season 2 is just like, alright, I'm gonna murder half these characters. Mika's gonna have at least one mental breakdown per episode and get progressively worse.
Yeah, like, I was always whining, like, OMG, stop making Mika, Shino, Yoichi, and Kimizuki fight, please? Let them be friends, please?
No, I totally get you, because, like, also, Mitsuba's there too, but you just seem to have forgotten Mitsuba. It's okay.
I totally forgot about her.
That's valid. That's okay. She technically has like the least tragic backstory of all of them because she had like a normal upbringing until one of her teammates died for her.
She's not a bad character at all. She just like fell in love with you in like 2 seconds, which is really stupid. Like, it was so fast. Like, I had no connection at all with that. Like, okay, girl, like, chill.
The fact that, okay, what makes me angry about Shinoa having a crush on you is just the fact that Shinoa has such a wonderful relationship with Mitsuba that I think they should have just been canon lesbians. She gives Mitsuba a nickname! No one else gets a nickname!
Yeah, you know what? That is actually an incredibly valid point. I agree with you 100%. But I mean, as long as Shinoa is happy, I'm good, because I love her.
Shinoa's also really great because she never gets in the way of, like, anything that Mika wants to do, sort of thing. So, like, when you and Mika want to have a moment, she never gets in the way, or she's never like, yo, that's my man, or anything like that. She's always, like, super supportive of everyone, and she's used to putting other people's emotions first, so that's kind of what she does first. It's really sweet.
Honestly, she, like, easily carried the first season for me. Like, anytime she spoke, I was like, shut up and listen to the queen, okay? She's all that matters in this world.
Shinoa is actually really good, and I like how funny, like, she makes the first series, like, because the first season does drag a little bit in terms of, like, the pacing. It's not as fast-paced and actiony as the second one, because there's a lot more build-up. But yeah, Shinoa is, like, the saving grace of comedy. She's, like, the comic relief, but she's not the joke comic relief. She's, like, an actual character that just stands in and be like, alright guys, I'm gonna be funny today, move over. Honestly, every time I rewatch Seraph, I'm always really excited for the first season, because I know I'm gonna get, like, quality Shinoa and Yoichi interactions and, like, discussions and stuff.
Oh dude, that shit was so cute. Oh my gosh, like, my favorite part of that season was their interactions with each other.
Do you accept Yoichi as your lord and savior?
Yoichi is my son. Never hurt him, never injure him. I will come after you.
I swear, if this series didn't have Mika as a character, Yoichi would be my absolute diehard favorite. I would be simping so hard for Yoichi right now.
Really, the whole Shinoa squad was really cute when they were allowed to just hang out. All of them have really great character moments together.
It's definitely great that the team is actually, like, they are really supportive and they're for you, like, in their own special little ways. Like, Kimizuki is like your typical, like, older brother kind of guy, like the way he treats you, but he's still, like, gentle at times. You can tell because he's so used to caring for his younger sister. No one is, like, rude or, like, dismissive of his past trauma. Like, they're all, like, super supportive of it.
Yeah. Kimizuki is very valid. I actually really loved, like, any scene where you and Kimizuki were arguing and Yoichi would tease him too and stuff. It was great. But now, what about Mr. Guren?
You mean the ending of season 1 or 2?
Guren.
Oh, Guren! I thought you said the ending. Oh, Guren. I fucking hate Guren.
Yeah, I have my problems with him too.
Wait, sorry, let me explain better, Guren lovers, let me explain. I love anime Guren. I hate manga Guren. Anime Guren is so fucking funny, especially in the dub. His voice actor is so fucking funny, and the way he delivers his lines, I'm assuming it's quite similar in the sub. He's just very lofty and very, like, not a good father, but he's just really fucking funny in the anime. But in the manga, he's trash. I'm sorry, Guren is fucking trash in the manga. That's it. That's me explaining it. I like anime Guren. He's okay. Well, maybe to explain it a little bit more, his ex-girlfriend Mahiru is actually the demon in his sword, and everyone's weapon has a demon that lives inside them, inside their weapon. But his demon is his ex-girlfriend. She turned into a demon, and then he trapped her in the sword. So, like, the rest of them don't know they're demons. They meet them, and then they, like, get to know them and stuff like that. But, like, he knows his demon, because it is his girlfriend.
The lore for this series is a Pandora's box, honestly, so excuse us for jumping back and forth on topics, but I just want to take a moment to say that Shinya was my favorite character by far.
Oh my god, Shinya is the best of the adults. Hands down. God, Shinya deserves so much better.
Honestly, the only reason why I give Guren a chance at all is because Shinya likes him and Shinya's his friend. So, like, Guren is an odd character because he essentially adopts the main character, Yu, after he ran away from vampires that killed his friends and turned his soulmate Mika into a vampire. When Guren acted like a comedy relief character, he was a lot of fun, but despite the anime trying so hard to give you the impression that he and Yu are, like, family, I couldn't see it. Because, like, he adopts him, right? And then 4 years pass, and then characters just kind of say that he neglected him off screen. And I'm like, well, okay, so he didn't really do anything at all, and he was never there, I guess. okay, that's, There wasn't enough there for me to care about their relationship, which was really disappointing because the found family trope is like one of my all-time favorite tropes in anything ever. But the reason why I mentioned Shinya earlier is because I was able to understand and connect with the fact that Shinya and Guren had been friends since high school more than I was able to, like, connect with the fact that you and Guren were, like, family. I liked Guren, but usually only when Shinya was around, because, like, he actually, I don't know, seemed to care when Shinya was around. And yes, I do ship it.
No, yeah, anime Shinya x Guren is, like, really, really popular. I think they're the second most popular ship under Mikayu. But yeah, they're really, really popular, and I definitely agree in the anime they have really good, they have a way better relationship. And it's just, like, because there's so much more of the manga at the moment, so we've had so much more time with these characters that I don't like Guren a lot more, because I've seen more of him, and I just don't like him. But Shinya is good.
Nothing weird happens to Shinya in the manga, right?
No, Shinya's good. He never changes. He's perfect.
Okay, good. But yeah, I love Shinya and Guren's banter. That was fantastic. So many funny moments.
And then he rocked up in that car, the fancy sports car.
Dude, I know. Talk about iconic. I loved every minute of that. Just soaked it up like a sponge. And then Guren just slices it in half while fighting you. And Shinya's like, hey man, come on, that's my car.
Is that when the simp began?
No, actually. The moment that I started simping for him was actually one of my favorite scenes in the anime. You wanna hear it?
Tell me.
It's the scene where Shinya is giving Yoichi sniper lessons and the baby boy's having a panic attack. And Shinya's just being all chill and helping him calm down a bit, but never in a belittling way. Like, he's really, really sweet about it and wholesome. And then after that, they just... If that whole fight scene afterwards took place in a video game, those two would win MVP because of how much they helped you and the others. They would have not won that battle without Yoichi and Shinya in that moment. And it was everything. And it was all because King Shinya validated Yoichi's feelings and helped him gain confidence. And he's so good.
Absolutely. No, Shinya is great. I love the way he has a gun in this, like, post-apocalyptic modern-day society where everyone's using, like, swords and katanas and shit, and then, like, he's just like, I'm gonna have a gun.
Dude, don't even get me started. His tiger gun is the best thing I've ever seen. I want one. I freaked out when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Why can't everyone be like Shinya? One of my other favorite Shinya moments happens right after one of my least favorite scenes with Mr. Angry Eyebrows.
Yes! Everyone calls him Eyebrows, don't worry.
But yeah, it's when Yu is getting interrogated by the Hiragis and they use Kimizuki and Yoichi as hostages, but then after it's all over and he lets them all go, Shinya's just there, sitting there like, yeah, I know, this fucking sucks, right? I hate that guy.
Honestly, Shinya's great because he does show that emotion. He does get upset, and he doesn't just go, well, it was a military order. He's like, you know what, big bro? You suck. I don't want to do this.
I was really proud of you in that episode because I'm so conflicted by his character. I really like him and really don't at the exact same time.
No, my son! No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Yu was very gun-ho. He does, like, it's 0 or 100 with him. He doesn't, like, have slow emotions. He has fast, snappy emotions, which is very annoying for a lot of people, which is understandable.
I don't think he's a bad character at all. It took me a long time to warm up to him. The moment that he started being nicer to Shinoa, I was like, okay, thank you. That's literally all you had to do. I love you now. And also, he was very, very pure, wholesome treasure in the grocery store scene. Like, where was that you the entire anime?
That's a very rare Yu. That's a shiny Yu right there. You ain't gonna see him again for a while.
Damn it. Should I, like, worry about spoilers or whatever, you think?
No, go for it. I think most people watching this will have seen both seasons of Seraph, so they're basically, they're gonna know some things about Seraph already, so don't even worry about it.
Okay, gotcha. So, when he wasn't murdering children, Ferid was great.
Oh, Ferid? Yeah. Is that how they say his name in the sub? It's Ferid.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I wasn't sure. You know, it's hard to tell sometimes.
No, but Ferid, yeah. Oh god, that nasty little vampire man. Oh, I love him.
Ironically, he is the vampire that murdered Yu's family in the first episode that scarred me for life, but like, after you get past that part, he's so extra and brilliant. He is such a fun villain. I don't know what to call it. His odd sense of warped respect for Mika was one of my favorite parts of the show. I loved when they had scenes together. Mika always just being completely done with everything he had to say was hilarious, and he steals the show every single time he's on screen. I'd clap whenever I saw him. Like, yes, King, alleviate the tension with your smugness, please?
Oh my god. Ferid is honestly so good. I don't know a single person that hates Ferid, because yeah, in the beginning, especially like early season 1, he is a bit of a prick that no one really likes, but he grows on you so fast, especially if you like rewatch it or you keep reading in the manga. He just gets funnier. Like,
I love manipulative villains that can not only talk shit in a classy way, but they could also like totally kill you if they wanted to. They just choose not to.
exactly. He's not like a royal that can't fight or anything. He's actually super fucking strong. The thing with Ferid is he makes it his mission to be a constant presence in your life, so you have no choice but to acknowledge him.
I remember one of my all-time favorite moments. Actually, this might be my favorite scene in the whole entire anime. It was when Mika's getting the shit kicked out of him by Guren and his team, and then Ferid just strolls in like a boss and casually yeets Guren through like 4 giant piles of rubble.
Yes! When he sidekicks Guren, oh my god, I swear to god, I've never wanted to marry a man more in that second. I'm like, alright, Ferid, take me.
It was glorious. I laughed so hard. Sorry, Guren. I have to admit, I really got fed up with the anime's whole humans think vampire bad, vampires think human bad thing. So many characters are always either anti-human or anti-vampire, and it was exhausting. So one of the reasons why I love Ferid so much is that even though he's the bad guy, he's the only one that clearly doesn't give a shit about any of that at all. He's always like, look, okay, I don't care what anyone is. Human, vampire, demon, angel, does not matter to me at all. Just as long as I can manipulate them to act in a way that benefits me.
Yeah, it's true. Ferid's like, equality for all my slaves. The funny thing about Ferid is that basically his entire motive, like his deep core motive, is that he's fucking bored and he wants to be entertained. Like, every time he does anything, he's like, but wasn't it fun?
Also, I just want to say that I totally guessed that it was Guren that he was giving information to, so when they revealed it, I was like, wow, oh no, really? It's Guren? Gasp!
Yeah, he had a deal with Guren that he would, like, help advance their, their research into magical, like, the cursed weapons and stuff that could kill vampires, so that they could kill vampires better.
Meaning that he was the boss bitch that actually helped the humans figure out how to kill the other vampire nobles so that he'd have no competition taking over the vampire throne. What a pro gamer move. But speaking of Guren, let's talk about him some more, because despite all my jokes, I do want to say that I really wanted to like him a lot. But I don't know. I felt like the anime was trying to frame him as this like really good father/brother figure to you, and I just did not get that. I felt like he treated you about the same as all his other students despite their history. I was like waiting for that moment where I'd go, oh, he really does care, and I just didn't really get enough of that. One of the reasons why I had a hard time sympathizing with you is because he made such a big deal about Guren being his family, but you never get to see that, barely at all, aside from like one flashback scene, which albeit was cute, I will say that, but I was so often like, you, Shinoa and Yoichi are right there, you know, you don't need him.
The thing with Guren too is he's one of those characters that, like, basically he's a lot like what you is at now. What you is at now is what Guren was at that age too, so he probably sees himself in you a little bit, but like, Guren's very much like, oh, I can't get close to people because then they will eventually, like, they'll try and throw themselves to save me or something like that, and he doesn't want to deal with that. Guren has a lot of issues. A lot of it is like, toughen up, bitch. I'm sorry, but everyone has these issues. Shut up, Guren, you're not special. But at the same time, he does have his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, I suppose, being a bit of a creep in his ear all the time. Guren is, like, worse family than the Shinoa squad ends up being much better family for you, which he does recognize eventually that they are basically his new family, which he should, because it's very, very important to have family like that, but what gets me chuckling is that when it comes to both of their adoptive parents, Cruel is a better mother than Guren was. Like, Cruel, the vampire queen who's like thousands and thousands of years old, was a better fucking mum to Mika.
I agree 100%, and I hate that I do.
Like, she wasn't perfect, but she was better than Guren.
Cruel was cool, though. I did genuinely like Cruel a lot. I think they did a good job with her character. She was fun. Oh, that reminds me. Ferid and Crawley were a really fun duo. I liked them together. Not so much Crawley by himself, but I liked them together.
Oh god, honestly, at the start I was kind of like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but I've also read the vampire light novels where you know Crawley's story, like how he became a vampire, and Ferid, basically exactly what happened to Mika is what happened to Crawley just 800 years ago, right? Ferid just killed all of his friends in front of him. So, oops. Ferid's a little bitch, but, because Crawley's so much older now, he doesn't kind of care anymore. And basically the only thing Crawley really cares about is having fun with Ferid, basically, because he's basically adopted Ferid's lifestyle. And part of that is because as vampires, once a vampire turns, they slowly lose their human emotions. So that's kind of why most of the vampires now don't really emote much.
That literally explains so much.
Yeah, even Cruel, like, doesn't really emote. Like, Ferid's, well, it's kind of like they lose the ability to empathize with humans. They stop kind of caring. And the way we find this out...
What the hell? That's so messed up. I hate it.
Like, yeah, no, I agree. It's stupid. It's shit. But the way we find it out is because Crawley and Mika have a conversation after Mika is fully turned, and he admits that he's slowly not caring about humans dying anymore and stuff. Like, he's slowly like, I'm losing these emotions. And then he asks Crawley how long it took Crawley for him to stop caring. And I was like, no, son, you can't. You have to care.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. There's only so much angst I can take before my eyes start to roll a bit. All of the vampires, dude, you could cut to them and all they think about is livestock this, livestock that. Like, wow, I'm thirsty, Mika. Are you thirsty? Wow, I don't want to. You don't want to murder anybody? That's weird. That's literally all they talk about, and it drove me nuts.
Now just imagine you live around these idiots for 4 fucking years, and that's what Mika had to deal with. Being stuck with these stupid gay uncles who would just, yeah, let's go have fun doing this random thing. Let's cut an arm off and see how it goes. And just Mika's in the background, why can't I smoke cigarettes at this point?
Dude, legit, I wish more random stuff like that happened. I really felt like the vampires weren't given, like, any time to develop as anything other than these one-note monsters that just crave blood. I would have loved to be able to see Mika, like, I don't know, spar with some of them or something. Like, what do vampires do in their spare time? Does Ferid read? That actually kind of leads into how I feel about Mika, because I just didn't connect with his character a lot of the time because of the lack of character development the vampires got. I loved Mika a lot. Baby Mika was like a baby, right? But every time they'd cut to him and the vampires, I'd just be like, okay, he's gonna sulk and the other vampires are gonna make fun of him for not wanting to murder anybody. Again, I do get the vibe that after 4 years, Mika learned how to coexist with all these vampires, but, like, how? Like, why does Ferid tolerate him so much and vice versa? Does he force Mika to have tea parties with him? Why is Mika so sympathetic to Cruel despite her being the reason why he got turned into a vampire in the first place? He didn't want to get turned at all. Like, at all. I was, like, holding my hands out to receive answers for these questions the entire time, and then it ended, and then I was just like, okay, can we go back and try again and get more Mika character development, please?
Honestly, I agree, because I would give anything for more Mika scenes. But yeah, the thing with the the anime is actually, it is very truthful to the manga. There is very little they change in the anime in terms of how it's presented. It's basically exactly the same as everything that happens in the manga. Like, every single episode title corresponds to a chapter in the manga, basically. Like, all of the episode titles are chapter titles from the manga as well. Apparently, the second season came out before the manga, because the manga updates monthly, so it's very slow. But it, apparently, like, Kagami, the guy that writes Seraph, he gave notes on everything that was gonna happen, and the second season was produced at the same time as the manga. So there are a few little scene differences, and the anime is a lot gayer, but it's basically the same, except kind of the very ending of season 2, because they kind of just had to leave it in, like, an open direction, whereas opposed to, like, it just goes straight into the next arc kind of thing in the manga.
You know, that might be why I like season 2 way more than season 1.
The season 2 is basically, yeah, I will agree. I really like season 2 a lot more, and not just because it has the scene in it, but also because it just has so much more, like, decent action scenes. Like, there's that sequence with, what's her name? Aihara, the girl with the bow that Mika kills, in the square when he's there with Lycus and Renee, and, I really like that scene. It's a little bit better done in the manga, but it's still pretty cool. My favorite part of that scene is that, I don't actually know if they said it in the sub. I know they didn't in the dub, but in the manga, because you know how he calls him Yu-chan? Like, every single time he refers to Yu, his name is Yu-chan. He always uses a nickname. He never calls him, like, Yuichiro. So, like, in that scene in the manga, when he asks, like, do you know Yuichiro Hyakuya? And then when, like, her eyes light up, he's like, oh, you do, where is he? And she's like, I'm not gonna sell my comrade out. And he's like, you don't get to call you your comrade. And then she's like, what makes her decide is she's like, you gave him a nickname. A vampire would never do that kind of thing.
Yeah, like, excuse me? Nani? Did you say Yu-chan?
Yeah. Did you just call a human with the chan prefix? Excuse me? It's so funny. My favorite thing is compilations of Mika in the sub every single time he says Yu-chan. And it's just a confirmation of just, like, when he's a kid and he's like, Yu-chan! And he says it really high. And then when he's, like, older and he says it more, like, despondent and stuff. And it's like, God, I love this bitch.
Yeah, he does it so much. The Ferid does it too to mock him. Like, oh my God, your beloved angel Yu-chan could be here in this place. Oh, you could be, like, totally reunited and stuff.
Oh God, yes. I love the, he's like, you have to come and rescue your princess. And then it's like, it's so funny because it's literally just a huge turnaround where Mika ends up being the princess that needs to be saved. Like, bro.
Parallels.
Ferid is honestly the gift that keeps giving. I keep saying that, like, in the manga, if the attention shifted away from Yu's group where it is right now, the only other character I want to know what's happening is Ferid, because I always want to know what's happening to Ferid, because he's always a treat to read about. But also, I'm biased and I just want all the attention on Mika and Yu, because I only get a chapter every month, and I just want to know more. Also, my favorite thing about the series as a whole is that it's like Kagami literally wrote a reunion scene twice between these two, and I fucking gobbled that shit up like it was like fresh. And I'm like, I don't even care if we got the same scene again, just in a different area with different conversations. I will have a reunion scene between these two any fucking day, because they are just so dramatic. But oh my gosh. Oh, actually, you know what's a really good scene to bring up? There's a scene they added in the anime that was not in the manga, and it was one of Mika's scene. It was the scene where he goes to visit the place he used to live, and he sees those kids there, and, like, he goes to, like, tell the first one that, like, he's not, like, gonna hurt them or anything, and the second one just, like, pushes him away. That scene is, like, not in the manga, and it, oh god, it meant so much to me. I just feel like it really said a lot that, like, he couldn't go to humans because the humans considered him a monster, and he couldn't go to vampires because the vampires considered him, like, a halfling, basically. And they, basically, I just assume they didn't, like, bash on Mika because he's technically the prince, I guess, because, his sire is Cruel. So, like, you know, don't mess with the little weird halfling because Cruel's gonna bash you. Don't touch her son.
Aw, dude, that scene was rough for me. I know you love the angst, but oh gosh, it just reminded me that I had a hard time watching the show at times because I just got sad a lot. I'm the kind of person that can handle the angst in an anime as long as there's some like a funny moment or heartwarming thing that goes after it to make you feel better, like a happy ending. But every time something heartwarming happened in Seraph, it just throw you back into the sadville without warning, and I was like, please, give me a break. I need a break!
Yeah, this is not a happy shonen.
Yeah, I will admit that I did miss my Straw Hat Son while watching this.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, like, after every new chapter that comes out, I need, like, a solid few hours to just cry or, like, think about my life and, like, why am I so into this? Why do I have to keep getting excited every month? Why can't I just like a normal... Why can't I just be into One Piece every fucking week?
Yeah, One Piece is fantastic at, like, keeping the tone fun. Like, it'll get really sad at times, but then it'll get really, like, exciting and happy afterwards. And it's also just really, really funny all the time. But I'll just end up making this video about One Piece, so I'll shush up about it, but I just wanted to say that real quick. The only thing that really got under my skin, like, really, was the fact that the vampires considered humans livestock and they had, like, blood farms with children in them, and just... I don't hate vampires. I really don't. There are vampire series that I like. But the way that they framed all of that and would reference it and show all of that, it was really scary for me. Like, I physically felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate side effect of the fact that the apocalypse killed all of the adults, so there are only children and about 10% of the adults left. And the adults kind of get killed off pretty fast too.
But yeah, switching subjects again though, Angry Eyebrow Man. Thoughts?
Fucking hell. Oh man, Kuruto is like... The good thing about the anime is that you don't see him much, because he's a huge bitch. He is awful. Like, he is like Mahiru. Basically, it's just every Hiragi that isn't Shinoa, or technically Shinya's an adoptive Hiragi. So, Shinya and Shinoa are the only good Hiragis. They're the only good characters when it comes to Hiragis. If anyone else has the Hiragi name, they're just garbage. Just ignore them.
Let me just set Shinoa and Shinya on a throne. They are wonderful, and I will stand with them on this hill forever. Thank you.
Can I put Yoichi on that hill? Because Yoichi's the king, and I fucking love him so much.
Of course Yoichi can join in. He's baby. He's always allowed.
He's so precious. Just put him on the hill and be like, there he is. Sweet son. I love him.
Baby boy. I gotta say though, like, why couldn't have Mika and you had their reunion earlier on so I could see more of Mika and the Shinoa squad being wholesome friends? Is there any more of that in the manga?
No, you don't want to read the manga. It's a trap, don't! But there's a good scene in the manga later where Mika and you get separated again. Surprise, surprise. And
oh my god, no.
And that you is like, well, it's not good, but you know, but like basically Yu's like, don't leave me alone again, and Mika's like, you'll be fine, you have friends, basically. Like, he can see the Shinoa gang is coming to like find you, so he's like, you'll be fine, you have other family, kind of thing.
You know what we call that? Character growth. I'm really glad that he grows to like the Shinoa gang, because that's like all I was waiting for in the second season. I just wanted them to be nakama, even more than you and Mika meeting. I just wanted him and Shinoa to be friends.
I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but you didn't mention Narumi at all. What did you think about him?
Who?
Narumi. The guy with the spear. Brown hair. His whole team died at the end.
Oh, Makoto.
Yes, Makoto.
I loved him very much. He's my fourth favorite after Ferid.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's a responsible adult in this society? What is going on?
He was so great. I loved how he, like, called you out on his ego and helped him think more realistically. I remember when he spoke up to Guren about thinking that Yu's group wasn't ready for, like, helping out in their efforts or whatever, and I was like, wow, he's actually making a valid point. Yu's Shinoa squad will be fine, but like, he's still making a valid point. Guren, please take notes.
He basically becomes the dad of the group.
I honestly, I wish Narumi had adopted you. I would have loved that so much more.
Exactly. That's why he is their dad now. Guren is out. Narumi is in for dad. He is the team dad. Shinoa's the team mum. Everyone else, they can be gay, that's fine. But it's just, oh man.
You'd be like, sorry, Guren, but Narumi is my new dad.
Oh man, it's kind of funny. In the introduction chapter for Narumi, when he goes up to you and he's just like, basically he's like, oh god, you're gonna be a troublemaker straight away. In the manga, Yu introduces himself as being 20 years old because Narumi's 19. He's like, yeah, well, I'm 20. And everyone else is like, Yu, that's not gonna fly. You look very 16. He's baby.
We love and respect Narumi in this house. I have to say that one scene where Shinoa tries to drive is iconic.
Oh my god. The scene with the truck.
Because, like, I'm sure just like her, we're actually both 4'11".
Oh god, that's perfect.
So I related so much to her annoyance at you and Kimizuki for laughing, and I was just like, yeah, get it, when she fucking yeets them.
Queen, stand up for us.
I love how I just keep circling back to Shinoa and Shinya somehow.
That's fair. You think about Shinoa and Shinya as much as I think about Mika, and it's like, you know what? Valid. Valid.
Yeah, I know, but Mika is your sweet baby boy. I'm sorry, I don't like him as much.
That's fair. That's okay. He's a very flawed character. That's why I love him. He's just like Suzaku. There's so much fucking wrong with him, and that's why I love him.
Oh, now, I will say, if you ask me to choose between Suzaku or Mika, I would choose Suzaku.
That's fair. Also, Suzaku had way more character development.
But, I mean, the manga's been going on for a while, right? The Seraph manga? How's Mika doing in the character development scene?
Oh god. Oh no, there's horrible shit happening. Let's just say, finally being forced to confront your childhood trauma is a little yikes.
Oh no.
Also, I'll be completely honest with you, Code Geass is way better written than Seraph. Look, I'm a simp for Code Geass and Seraph, but I will say Code Geass is way better written than Seraph. Hands down.
Okay, thank you for saying it for me, because I was thinking it and I didn't want to sound mean, because you're the Seraph fan.
I love Seraph, but man, you know, it's like, you love something, but like, man, you see this shit there's mistakes, man. It happens.
Honestly, though, that's 100% valid. I have plenty of anime that I love that are really mediocre at best, but they have like one character or thing that I love a lot, and so I love it anyway. You know, everybody's got a show that they like, you know? The great thing about anime is that different series can mean different things to different people, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect as long as you enjoy it.
Exactly, yes. That's completely valid. I'm glad you had some new children to take out of the show, though.
Oh, yeah, totally, of course. Once again, circling back around.
Makes you think about Shinya. Oh, man. Wait till I show you what his demon actually looks like. I'm gonna show you what Yoichi and Shinya's demons. I'll show you what their demons actually look like. He's a man wearing a tiger coat on him.
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to see that. I want to see that so bad.
Real quick explanation, all demons used to be vampires. You become a demon after you starve as a vampire. That's how you become a demon.
Oh, wow, really? Then maybe Mika should just starve. That way he can become Yu's new demon weapon and be with him forever.
Mika should just starve? How dare you come into this Mika simp house and say that to me?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. It was joke. It's joke.
Also, the best thing about only watching the anime, which a lot of people say they want like a season 3, but they don't want to read the manga, which understandable. But at the same time, the good thing about being able to stop at the anime is that you never get into the confusing stuff of the actual Seraph of the end and like actual Seraph stuff.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh, trust me, you are good. It's the guy's writing style, Kagami. That's how he writes. He writes really convoluted stuff. Like, that's just kind of what he... It's confused. A lot of it is very interesting. There's a lot of research into, like, cults and Bible's imagery and stuff because they're angels, right? But, like, a lot of it is just not explained very well, and also you have to wait a month for every chapter update, so, like, it's a very slow plot. And that's the unfortunate thing. This kind of thing would work better with a faster plot, but it's so slow. Like, he's been writing this since 2013.
That's so frustrating. Okay. Switching topics again. Let's talk about Mikayu, okay? Gosh, okay, we gotta talk about the grocery store scene properly because it deserves to be talked about a lot. Like, I had a lot of problems with the series, but I have absolutely no complaint about that scene. I thought it was really well done. Like, to the point where I was like, is this the same anime? Oh my god, why do we not have this the whole entire anime? Why wasn't this the whole anime?
It was so well done in the anime. My god, it was perfect. Oh, the timing, the effects, the everything, the touching, and oh man, that scene. It was so good.
They were so soft too. Oh my god, it was so cute.
It was so good. Oh man, it was so nice to see them like that. And when they just started laughing and having like little fun moments. Oh, and they called each other crybabies. I'm like, god, it's so fucking true. They basically, their personalities did a 180 when after their family was murdered, more or less, because Mika became the withdrawn guy, and then you became more outward and wanting to express emotion more.
Okay, this is, I'm sorry, another awkward transition, but also, I know you watched it dubbed, but in the sub, you refers to everyone as his nakama, so I just kept thinking about Luffy the entire time.
Luffy and you meeting, shaking hands, and be like, nakama, family.
They would get along really well, actually. Sorry, I'm just talking about Luffy again.
It's valid. Luffy is great.
Thank you. Mika's valid and great too.
Yeah, Mika's alright, I guess.
I do like that we basically feel the same way about Ferid and Guren, though. That's great.
Oh yeah. Our mutual love for Ferid's chaotic energy and our mutual, he exists, I guess, for Guren.
Oh goodness, Ferid.
Oh, Ferid. Thank you for existing, Ferid.
He carried the anime sometimes, I swear. Every time he was on screen, I felt better. Except for the first episode.
God, every scene with Ferid is a gift. Except, we'll go first chapter, first episode. We'll just ignore that. But other than that, gift.
Exactly. Is Kimizuki and Yoichi, is that a ship that's a popular thing? Because, oh my god, they were cute too.
Kimizuki and Yoichi? Yes, that's a huge ship. I love that scene where, like, he manifests his demon for the first time and they're like, have you been giving him private lessons? And then they're basically just like, no, he's just really good at this. And then Yoichi's like, I talk to my demon before bed every night. And I'm like, I love you, son.
Yes, that was so cute. He's such a good baby boy. I gotta say that his sniper bow is probably my favorite weapon next to Shinya's, epic tiger gun. Epic tiger gun. Nothing can compare to epic tiger gun.
Yeah, definitely. They all. I love how unique all of their weapons are. My personal favorite is Kisekio. I really love, but I love dual blades. That's Kimizuki's weapon.
What about Shinoa's weapon? Like, do you learn more about like the demon in her weapon? I really thought that they would show that.
No. Oh no, you won't see Shinoa's because it's very spoilery.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mitsuba doesn't have a demon that's a black class weapon, so I don't think hers is black class, so hers isn't as powerful as the others and trying to take over kind of thing, because he only shows up the first time you see him in the manga is in the next arc.
That totally reminds me that I totally forgot about Mitsuba again. It's not that she's bad, it's just that she's kind of there. Honestly, you have a point. If Shinoa and her had been a couple, I probably would have found her more compelling. I will say, though, the lack of Shinoa and Shinya scenes disappointed me, though. Like, they didn't interact, like, hardly at all. They're so equally smug. Like, why couldn't that have happened?
Oh, is it? Oh, it's time for my daily discussion about Shinya.
Dude, shut up. I just think he's neat, okay? And Guren would have been neat too if he had been more emotionally available to him. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't care about Guren, but give him a good character arc so that Shinya can be happy.
Shinya really did deserve better. Guren, you're not good enough for Shinya. You gotta work harder.
Yeah, bitch, if you want to take a ride in that sweet convertible, you better work.
Yeah. I'll ship anything in the anime, but you stay away from Shinya in the manga. He is too perfect for you.
Hey everybody, kind of an abrupt ending, I'm sorry, but we had some audio issues, so it's just gonna be me sending you off for Ash, okay? Hope you don't mind. If you like this video, consider subscribing to her channel and maybe liking this video. Ash loves Seraph a lot, so feel free to share your thoughts on the anime with her in the comments down below. Oh, and my channel link will be down in the description, so you can say hi to me if you want. Remember, you and your ships are always valid. Happy Pride. Bye-bye.